Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hasmeni from AG3. This video I will explain about 4 points of discourse analysis. The first point is the reason for study discourse analysis. Second, the genesis of discourse analysis. 3. Discourse analysis and English language teaching. And the last, the scope of discourse analysis. Okay, the first point is the reason for studying discourse analysis. Academic reason. Discourse analysis is a branch of academic research that has relationships with linguistics, sociology, psychology, philosophy, and communication and education. As we have seen, the major objective of discourse analysis is the study of language use or the study of language units. Above the sentence, as a student of English language and literature, you should by now have covered a variety of linguistic courses whose domain does not extend beyond the sentence. The study of the formal linguistic system is just one side of the coin. The other side is a language. This you have to look at the two sides of the coin, namely form and function. Discourse analysis deals with the function of language in real communicative situation, whether in speech or writing. This is briefly the academic just function for the study of discourse. Okay, the next, pragmatic reason. Pragmatic and discourse analysis influence the study of language in its context of use. Pragmatists focus on the effects of contents on meaning, and discourse analysis studies written and spoken language in relation to its social context. Okay, the last reason is pedagogical reason. Discourse analysis is relevant to the entire process of language education, wherever it is the teaching of language 1 or the teaching of language 2. Indeed, the insight gained from discourse analysis have different branches of curricular, syllabus, and language teaching methodology. The relationship between discourse analysis and foreign language education is very simple. Discourse is concerned with the use of language in real communication situation, and so is foreign language education. Okay, I will explain about second point, the genesis of discourse analysis. First, traditional grammar theory. What is traditional grammar theory? Traditional grammar is a theory of grammar study which was introduced and developed by the 18th and 19th century in Europe, Greek and Roman. According to Smith, traditional grammar theory is the study of the structure as well as the formation of words, or morphology and sentence and syntax, usually without much reference to sound and meaning. What is the main participant of this theory? The principle that the grammar in this tradition reflects the prescriptive view that one dialect or variety of the language is to be valued more highly than other and should be the norm from all speakers of the language. Okay, the next, structuralism theory. Structuralism is a theory focused on examining language as a static system of interconnecting units. What are the main principles of this theory? 1. Structuralism puts spoken language to be the first place and writing language the second. B. Structuralism employs the descriptive approach which allows learning try to find the unconscious rules that people follow when they say things like sentences without any prescribed rules in the books to follow. And the last, structuralism requires learning to learn language skill as a unified system as the whole. Therefore, they need a sort of language components for imitation in order to build their skill in a foreign language. Okay, the last theory is functionalism theory. Functionalism theory is known as a approach to language study that is concerned with studying the function performed by language use. It views a language is communication system consisting of components of form and function that must be learned by learners as unified knowledge. What is the main principle of this theory? The principle of this theory has been pushed many research to examine aspects of the language function beside the language forms. This is done by analysis the language discourse of both oral and writing to find the purpose behind the use of certain utterance in communication. Okay, the next point is discourse analysis and English language teaching. The concept of discourse analysis is the subject of interdisciplinary studies. So, the concept of discourse in language is defined in variety of ways. Sometimes it is understood as a type of conversation. Sometimes it is defined as a complex communication. Even is general, sometimes as a specific conversation. The discourse always concerns speech, while the text is related to the language system or genre, like I speak and news. Okay, the next, the concept of discourse analysis. Discourse analysis is sometimes defined as the analysis of language beyond the sentence. This contrasts with types of analysis more typical of more linguistic, which are chiefly concerned with the study of grammar. The study of smaller bits of language, such as sounds, phonetic and phonology parts of words, morphology and meaning or semantic, and the others are of words in sentence, syntax. Discourse analysis study larger chunks of language as they flow together. Some discourse analysis consider the larger discourse context in order to understand how it affects the meaning of the sentence. Okay, the next is the concept of English language teaching. The definition of English language teaching, what I found in the dictionary, is the practice and theory of learning and teaching English for the benefit of people whose first language is not English. Okay, the last material of discourse analysis and English language teaching is the relationship between discourse analysis and English language teaching. As we know, discourse is an approach of looking at language. Grammarial approach at the grammar as the component of analysis. Discourse analysis concerning with the relationship between language and the context it is used in. It is not a methodology of teaching, and knowledge of discourse is not always useful to the language teacher. Thought, an awareness of how language is used in relation to context, roles, and relationship of speakers can sometimes be used and be useful in the classroom, especially in getting learners to sound more natural. The last point of this video is the scope of discourse analysis. What is referred to the theories? I think cohesion and cohesion in writing discourse, a text cohesion and cohesion are parental. The more coherent a sequence of sentence, the better they are understood. There are two very basic terms in discourse analysis which study the relation between a text and another text. The terms cohesion and cohesion, according to Bosman, say that cohesion refers to the various linguistic means or grammatical, lexical, and phonological by which sentences stick together and are like into larger units of a paragraphs or sentence or chapters. Cohesion is the use of language forms to show semantic relationship between elements in a discourse. It is a grammatical and lexical relationship in a text or sentence. Okay, I will give a sample. When she arrived, Sarah was surprised to find her door open. The reason for analysis this discourse because I interested to categoric reference refers forward to the a person, thing, or situation in discourse of use. Therefore, the reference displays itself later on in a text after the cetaphoric reference. A cetaphoric reference unit refers to other unit that is introduced later on in the text. How to analyze the discourse? Just look at the object. What things are found from the analysis? Here, the pronoun she is a metaphoric reference because it refers to the noun Sarah that is introduced later on in the text after the metaphoric reference. It will make the students get new information. Okay, my conclusion is review. Important things that I describe is there are 3 reasons for study discourse analysis. First, academic reason, pragmatic reason, pedagogical reason. And the genesis of discourse analysis form 3 theories. First, traditional grammar theories, structuralism theories, and functionalism theories. And I know the concept of discourse analysis is the subject of introductory studies. The concept of discourse analysis. Discourse analysis is sometimes defined as the analysis of language beyond the sentence. Now the concept of English language teaching, the relationship between discourse analysis and English language teaching, and the scope of discourse analysis. My recommendation to teacher and learners of English, I guess teachers should be able to apply teaching that not only refers to form but also function. And the learners have to know that.